سبيل الدموع سبيل.
Now that you are watching this particular video, it is pre-assumed already that you want to become a coach. And now when I say you want to become a coach, you are new to coaching world altogether. Welcome and congratulations for making that decision from whatever you were doing now to converting whatever you already had, upskilling yourself and relearning and learning a lot of things, and now jumping into this particular industry, this particular world of introvert entrepreneurship. That's like the back end of it, but on the front end of it, you are also welcome, and it's great to have you on board because we genuinely need great people who do great stuff with their own experiences, expertise, skill sets, and their experiences in the game. Now, having said that, this particular video is just a heart-to-heart conversation with you, where this particular video is designed in a way and structured in a way for me to tell you the things that probably you are not going to hear from anyone else. So probably you have heard this, but this just might take, so that I want to share those valuable lessons and message to you. Now you being an introvert coach, and now you jumping into this particular bandwagon. Thank you so much for making that decision. And the message number one that I want to share personally with you is there'll be like 5 messages. Message 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the first message that I'm going to share with you is go out of your own way and help people out. When I started this particular journey, I was nobody. It was, I don't remember the date, but then I was nobody back in 2019. Nobody. I was just learning things. I just wanted to get into the potential. I just wanted to tap the potential of internet world, make some money, get people, help people out and stuff like that. I just wanted to start my own thing. I had no idea what I was getting into. I just knew that I wanted to make money. And as I started to consume content, as I started to learn a lot of things like what is digital marketing, what is social media marketing, what's the algorithm, how does an algorithm work, what is a funnel, what is a landing page, what goes inside a funnel, why do you need a funnel, how important is a funnel for you, like how do you teach people, how do you coach people, where should you put these content pieces, how do you integrate systems and resources. So when I was learning everything for the very first time, and I was kind of, when you are an introvert, you know that you are always, your speed of learning is faster as comparatively. I don't want to compare with anyone, but then comparatively, you have a faster speed and a pace, figuratively speaking. Now, since I was learning a lot of things, what I started to do is the message number one that's for you. I was like, okay, how can I make these learnings even more deeper into my own self? Step number one, what I'll do is I'll start go helping people out who need the help that they need for this particular skill set that I've developed. What I started to do, I started to message people out as like, how can I help you? Simple conversation. And whenever people used to ask questions, I was like, okay, I know the answer to that. How can I help you? If you do this, that will happen. If you do this, that will happen. Whatever strategy works for you, you can work. So I was using what I've learned and building that muscle memory over a period of time. And I learned this lesson. The more I started helping people out, the more what I learned. Got different ways to teach people, different ways to coach people, different ways to mentor people, the same thing. The more I helped people out, the more the muscle memory started to go deeper and deeper, and the it was fun helping people out and also learning the same thing. The same thing, when you do it for 100 times, you figure out like 100 different ways to approach the same goal, the same task that you want, because you get bored easily. How not to get bored teaching the same thing? You find out newer ways. So go out of your way and start helping people out. Second one, ask them. This is one thing that I've also learned, helping people in my initial phase of my career in this entrepreneurship, like getting into digital and stuff like that. Whenever I used to have a conversation, I used to do conversations with people. They used to call me like, Fazal, I need help with this at random hours of the day. All the nights, like, I want help. I was like, okay, when I used to help them towards the end of the call, I was like, can you just, it was just verbal conversation. I never got any testimonials. I never asked him to do any of the cool stuff, the tactical part of it. I was just like, it was just for my sake. I just want to know how great I'm what I'm doing and how bad am I doing things. So it's like, if you can just rate me from 1 to 10, 1 being the blah and the 10 being the best, where would you put me on a scale of 1 to 10 of helping you out, of coaching you? The probably I was landing from somewhere between 6 to 9. Always I used to land between 6 to 9. No one ever said below that. No one ever said 10 on 10. I think one person said 10 on 10. Then 6 to 9 was my place where I always landed. And then I used to say, now that I'm talking to you for the first time and you're saying I'm 6 to 9, this is my first time giving someone and helping you out, first time coaching ever, first time mentoring you and stuff like that. So that one thing was very beneficial for boost my confidence, for kickstart what I was doing, and it was building that self-esteem over and over and over. The more I helped people, the more I asked for feedback. The more I asked for the people, the more confident I was getting. The more confident I was giving, the conviction I was having to say a single thing was like this for the next new people that I talk to. So once you go out and help people out, that message number one, you ask them where do they put you on a scale 1 to 10. Now if you are, if you are 6 to 9, great, work even more harder to go to that next level. For example, if you are from, if they are rating from 1 to 5, great, you know exactly where you are. Don't beat yourself saying, okay, oh, I cannot be a great coach, oh, I cannot be a coach, oh, this industry is like, I don't have enough knowledge, I'm good for nothing. Don't go that way. Now that you've started off some journey, now that you're focused on a specific subject and you want to excel at it, you start there. Now that you are aware that you are not great at what you're doing, start learning stuff, start helping out even more people, start putting those hours into work. Like, I want to work harder and want to get better. How do you get better at doing something? Practice and practice and practice and practice. You will see yourself. This is like one quote that someone has said way back to me. It's like, be your own, witness your own massive success. I was like, dude, that's a very deep sentence that you have said. I am going to stick to that particular quote forever. Be the witness to your own massive success. So when you keep on practicing and practicing and practicing and practicing, you will eventually get better at it because you are aware of things now. That is like the message number 2. The message number 3, if you are young, probably you are young, probably you are not young. The age is just a number. It's just a number. But again, if you are, for example, below the age of 22 or 23 watching this particular video, and this is one of the messages that I will definitely give to the generation who is younger than 23 or below 23, because these were the things that I wanted to know. These were the things that I needed when I started off anything, and these were the things that I was like, okay, if someone can say this to me, I was like, great, thank you so much. Now that will boost so much of confidence to me. Now, if you're young, if you belong to that particular category that I'm talking about, don't worry. Got it? You being young and you knowing you are young to this industry of coaching, you knowing that you have zero experience of what you're doing, zero knowledge of where these things are going, but then you got into this industry just like me, for example, just to make money. And now that people are asking, it's like, you become a coach. And now that you've become, like, I am becoming the typography coach or the designer coach. Now that you've picked coaching just for the sake of coaching, and now that you're serious about, like, coaching, now also you are battling for another for that's like, I'm not that I'm not old enough to do these things. I'm so young. I like really battling these thoughts over and over and over. Now to that, you have a tactical advantage. I'll tell you how. You have no knowledge about coaching, no experience of coaching. That makes you a great coach in itself. Why do you say that? Now, when people are already coaches in their own world, they are already doing so many things in their own ways, or probably the traditional stuff like that. When you are new, the way I was very new, people started competing with me. People started copying what I was doing. I was like, dude, I'm just learning stuff. I have no idea why you're copying. And when you get competition, that means you are doing something cool and something great, something unique, something different, something your way. You don't use the terms different and unique. Different, unique, your way. You were not doing something different. You were not doing something unique. You were doing you. You brought you to the table. You brought your perspective to the table. That is great. That is what makes you a great coach towards the end of the day. When you come with those fresh thoughts, that is what going to change the way people are doing things. That is going to create success in your life, the people around you, as well as the community. Message number 3. This will be way beyond time than I actually expected. Message number 4. Now, since you're also new, okay, that you've decided you're new to this industry, new to coaching world, you don't have to relearn the way the coaches that are older than you they have to do. Now, for example, if you are watching and if you're not into that 23 below wala category, now you might don't take this in an offensive way. Take it in a very cool way and don't start putting comments down below like what you're saying is well done. But then if you see the people who are already coaches, they have to relearn a lot of things and adapt to a lot of new things that's happening in the world today. But now that you are new to coaching world and for example below 23, you already know the tactical part. You are already ahead than most of the people are already doing. Now once you have that advantage, you don't have to relearn stuff. You just have to skill yourself with whatever's working, the backend system, the backend support, the business part of it, probably few techniques of coaching. And when you get into the world with that, you don't have to relearn a lot of things. You just have to learn stuff. You're fresh. When you're fresh, your speed is way faster. You are already fast. The 5th message, the best way to grow. Got it? The best way to grow. We all want growth. We all want to see how we evolve. We all want to see how we transform over a period of time. The best way to do that is ask questions. Ask people questions. Like the more you ask questions, the better you get. The better you get, the crisper your questions get. If you don't know what the other person is saying, ask questions. Like, can you be more specific in asking, in saying what you want? Can you be more? Can you be very precise in what you're asking out of me? When you use these two words, can you be more specific? Can you be more precise? When you use these two terminologies, they find different words and make you understand what they are trying to communicate. Now, when you have an open conversation, like I'm not able to understand what you're saying. It's a bouncer. Now, when you keep on saying those things and when people come and give you a lot of things, you get better and okay. That is what you're saying. Great, I got a solution for you. Once you understand that, that's where you can provide what you've got. Cool, asking questions. The second piece of thing over here would be answer the questions. The way I have learned and the way, again, it goes back to I think point number 1 or 2, Mr. number 1 or 2. And I have been answering people's questions. I have been answering to their problems. I have been solving the problems. I was just answering to what they wanted. Because now that I have an information, now that I have a knowledge, I don't want to give it to myself. I want to give it back to you. And the more people ask questions, the better I was getting at my own craft. The more you will answer their questions, the better and the crisper you are going to get in a short period of time. The more answers you answer, the more questions you answer, the faster you go. The less you answer, the slower you go. You want to see where you want to be. Based on that way, you can start operating. That being said, we come to a conclusion of these 5 messages that I had for you. 5 valuable messages to new introvert, entrepreneur that are coaches. Thank you so much for being a part of this particular video, and I hope to see you in another video. And all the best in your journey in whatever you're doing. You are already a great coach. Now that you're watching this particular video, you are already a great coach, and thank you so much for joining in this particular industry. You know why? Because we need teachers and coaches and mentors and new ideas and new tactical this industry needs you. Bottom line. Thank you so much for being a part of this particular video as well as the industry, and I will see you in another video.